sports, yeah. We got all the sorts, yeah. You know that we fly, ain't talking about no tours. And we talking about them hoopers that hoop in that court. And we get straight to business, I get no rest like it's tennis, yeah. They come to the sports, we a menace, yeah. Feel like we in the pool, go swimming, yeah. I'm on the beat, I took off. Let the game talk, don't need a look off. I run off on the interview football. Yeah, then you ain't that look off. We get green like bait, we poking that babe, no, it's big South K. They talking about Wilson, you know they go crazy. And I'm feeling like Trey, I pull up for the trade, yeah.
Welcome to Tiger Town Podcast. I'm Talia.
I'm Lauren.
I'm Josh.
And I'm Cam.
And you can find the show on all podcast platforms. Remember to like, share, comment, and 5-star rate. So how are you guys' weeks been so far?
Pretty good. I'm happy that we don't have a super busy schedule this week. You know, we didn't have practice yesterday, game on Tuesday, but it's been pretty chill.
My week has been good. I didn't do much this week.
Yeah, I'm just ready for fall break, I guess. Really, it hasn't been like we haven't been doing anything this week. What about you, Talia?
It was good. No, we had one game. We got a game today. That's it.
All right. Now it's time for the question of the day. If you can vacation anywhere in the world, where would it be?
I would go to Japan with my best friend. I've seen the scenery there. This looks like fun.
Japan?
Yeah. Go for like a week.
It's too far.
Well, it's like a dream vacation. So why are you not trying to go?
Well, I mean, yeah, like, I always wanted to go to Tokyo, but I don't.
Yeah, me too, actually. I think Japan is universal. People just want to go there.
What you got, Josh?
You ain't got nothing to say?
Nah, I don't really know.
I want to go somewhere with really pretty beaches, though.
No, it'd probably be Hawaii. No, I've been to the Bahamas.
It's not that nice. Oh.
I mean, it is nice, but it's not. It's like the pictures seem. I want to go to Hawaii.
Yeah.
Where's that place?
But I thought y'all were going there for basketball. I was so excited. I said, oh my God, I'm going to Hawaii.
Where's that place with the really clear water?
Bora Bora?
I think so. I don't know. Something like that. Anyway.
Okay.
All right. Now it's time for the Tiger Town Sports Recap. Wilson's football team took on the Darlington Falcons, winning 14-6. Wilson put up a dog fight, holding the Falcons to only one touchdown. Tiger Town player of the game, Tamonte Emmanuel, with 2 touchdowns and 207 rush yards. Tigers are hoping for a great week of practice going into their bye week.
The Lady Tigers faced Myrtle Beach on Tuesday, September 19th at Wilson. The Tigers lost in 3 straight sets, 16-25, 9-25, and 13-25. Christina Kane was the libero for the Tigers in the first 2 sets, but Lauren Sehnke came back in the 3rd set. The Tigers play this Thursday, today, at Hartsville, and JV will start at 5:30, and varsity will play right after. Come out and support our Tigers.
The boys volleyball team played Lakewood yesterday and won in 3 straight sets. Their next match is on Tuesday, September 26th, next week, against North Myrtle Beach away. Come out to support. Go Tigers.
The swim team's last meet was Tuesday in Sumter. There were 5 state consideration times, and the team did a great job of finishing their lives and with great times, and everyone finishing each race. Come out to support at the next meet on Saturday at the YMCA in Hartsville. Go Tigers.
Cross-country team ran 3 miles at West Florence on Tuesday. Joseph Hall finished 44th place, finishing the mile in 23 minutes and 55 seconds. Tyra Benbow finished in 7th place for the Lady Tigers. Her time was 24 minutes and 58 seconds. Come out and support the Tigers this Saturday at Freedom Florence, starting at 9. Go Tigers. All right, now it's time for the topic of the week. The emphasis of winning in high school sports. First off, let's start with what exactly is the primary goal for high school sports should be. The primary goal of high school sports program is encompassed a range of educational development and social objectives. The goals such as physical fitness, skill development, character development, teamwork, competition and goal settings, time management, responsibility, and community building are also some things, and with life skills and college career opportunities are designed to benefit student athletes on both sides, on and off the field.
So how do high school sports contribute to the overall education and growth of students?
I feel like sports can develop up their mental health, and it can associate to them like in school and stuff. Like personally, I feel like how I act in softball is a direct relation to my emotions in school and towards other people. So I think it's a good character building thing.
Yeah, I feel like throughout playing volleyball in high school, it's helped me get built up mentally, and that affects how I think about stuff outside of volleyball too, just in life in general. Because at first I was really like not weak, but I let stuff bother me really bad, always in my head and stuff. So volleyball kind of got me out of that. I think that helps with school, and that helps with like relationships and stuff that I have now.
High school sports, it can be hard, like with like contributing to like the overall education and growth of students, because it's like sometimes you have to mature really fast with high school sports. So that is something that I guess like that contributes to high school sports, and it does here.
It's the same for me. Like at Talia, like from a mental standpoint, I feel like basketball has taught me like to block things out, and, like just keep going. I guess you could say.
So, do y'all think there is a natural emphasis on winning in high school sports, or are there other priorities?
Yes, it is a natural
Definitely.
emphasis.
I think it
on
like
winning.
depends on your coach too, because I feel like for us, that's the emphasis is big on winning. But I think that there's times where the emphasis needs to be put on something else, because that we should have other priorities that will get us to that point of winning.
Yeah, I agree with that statement. Like practice, the stuff can be put together so we break it down, and then come game time, like we're ready to go.
Yeah, I think that like winning is a big like influence and on fans coming to games. With like if you win, fans come. If you lose, fans are going to support. Like that is something that is a very emphasis on high school sports. Really,
I think that's kind of happened to us a little bit. We stopped winning as much, and now our games are like dead
last thing you know
crickets.
is there.
I feel like it has something to do with schools too. Like some schools don't get as much attention as others.
Mhm.
But like
Yeah,
us going to Wilson, we get like most of the attention. People always bashing us on the internet and stuff like that.
yeah,
so we're supposed to be like
yeah,
that school, you know.
yeah. Wilson is supposed to win everything. So if you lose, it's like
Oh, y'all lost it. It's
Yeah.
always something.
if we lose, it's the end of the world. Basically, is
Right.
what it is.
But if South Florence losing something, it's like, oh, better not, whatever.
Right.
Anyways,
Always arguing about it.
Okay, so how competitive are high school sports compared to other levels of competition?
High school, it can be very competitive in your city. Like when we're talking about like being Wilson, it's very competitive. When everyone plays Wilson, they're very competitive. They want to win, and they have to win. If they win and beat Wilson, they can beat anybody. That's what everyone's mindset is. So when high school sports around here, it can be very competitive.
Yeah,
I
but
think
go ahead.
okay. So, but talking from high school sports to travel sports, like for softball, for me in high school, like I'm just trying to get to know my girls, like have a good time and make the most out of it. But in travel ball, I'm trying to make sure that I'm doing the best that I can and really trying as hard as I can, so that if a college coach is there, you know, they recognize me and I stand out. That's just the difference for me. But as far as winning goes, like I just want to play hard every game and get better.
Yeah, between travel volleyball and high school volleyball, travel volleyball is way more competitive. High school, I already know what it is getting into the season. I play for fun. Travel, oh, we're trying to win. Like it's like I think that's like the stronger team. High school is kind of like those girls don't play as much, so it's not as competitive. But for other sports, it is very competitive between the high schools.
I don't really know. As competition, like travel ball is like I feel like it's more easier to play than like high school. Like travel ball is like less like rules, I guess you could say.
But yeah, with travel ball, it's more you doing your game. With high school ball, it's a playbook that you have to.
But I feel like it has something to do with your coaches too, though.
True, yeah, that too. All right, what motivates high school student athletes to excel and strive for victory? I say the support. When you win, if you win, you get more support. So that's something that strives the athletes to do more things. You win, you get like they won state championship. We got 2 big boards on the fields, like stuff like that. Like if you win, you get things.
And like after you come out with a big win, like who doesn't want to be around the school saying like, oh, we beat da-da-da, like we just did that. It's different in school.
Because like travels, it's just like nobody's really there to support but your family
and your team.
Yeah, so. High school, you got all your close friends, your teammates, and you're usually very close with most of your teammates. So yeah, high school definitely support helps you like, okay, we want to win. Get that state ring for the school.
Yeah.
I feel like support from your parents also. You know, like your parents telling you did a good job and like just hyping you up to be like a better athlete, I guess you could say.
Are there any potential drawbacks to the competitiveness of high school sports?
Potentially, yes, because competitiveness can lead to other things. I guess you can say, if that makes sense. You like being too competitive can lead to something bad happening, or like you being competitive, like that can you can beat yourself down because you lost because you're so competitive. When honestly, you didn't even have a bad game. So those are some drawbacks that come with being like competitiveness.
That can
in high
affect
school.
your team too, not just you. You got to think about your teammates in that standpoint. So.
Like sometimes during the games, I have to remember like we're playing as a team. Like volleyball is like a heavy team sport because we're all there right beside each other.
Mhm.
So if I feel like I'm doing bad, I got to brush it off, and then I got to help my teammates. So it's just like not getting caught up in the moment is really important in high school.
Yeah, I try to emphasize that to our team a lot.
Yeah, same with me. Like, if I like turn the ball over or like take a bad shot, I try to get back on defense and like just get it, like try to get another stop, like to help my teammates out, like keep our head up and win the game.
Do y'all think that coaches do a good job of balancing the desire to win and do y'all think that coaches do a good job of balancing the desire to win with the development of young athletes?
Not really.
Yeah, I agree with that. I didn't want to say it like that.
I didn't want to be the first to say
it.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think
not
that
most coaches, but the
Yeah, there are
coaches.
some.
Yeah, the coaches I've previously had, like the coach calls right now. He is good on developing athletes, but he also is big on winning as well.
I think it's just win. The younger girls will get here when they get here. Then we'll worry about them. I feel like you got to work. That's your team in the future. You need to worry about the younger girls now, because we should have been worried about when we were younger, so that now we wouldn't have as much development to do. You know what I mean? Like a terrible job of balancing it, in my opinion.
With Coach Alyssa and Coach Davis, I feel like they kind of equal each other out, but it would be different for the teams like that just have one coach. But Coach Davis is really heavy on winning, and Coach Alyssa, like after he says whatever he has to say, she'll be like, "All right, y'all, we got it. I love you all."
Mm-hmm.
Like, so that balances out for me. But if Coach Davis isn't there, Coach Alyssa isn't there, then it feels off to me.
Yeah, like Cam said, Coach Carlos is like very big on winning, but he does like try to put like time for like the younger athletes to come like work out with us, like condition with us and stuff like that. I mean, it's kind of mostly up to them to come. Most of them they don't come, but yeah. Okay, so what role do parents play in influencing their children's approach to high school sports?
You was just talking about that, saying that parents are always there to support. And I mean, I'm happy that my parents have always been there, like taking me to practice every day or picking me up, whatnot, considering I can't drive and stuff. Weekend tournaments for travel ball, like they do a lot.
My parents put a lot of, especially with travel, because of how much, like I play in Conway, so that's a lot of driving and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think with how I like approached high school, my dad is very like not strict, but he was hard on me when I first started playing. So that I think that affects my play a little bit, because I felt like I had to be perfect for them. And then if I wasn't, now I'm after the game crying in the car like, oh my God, I did so bad, you know? So I think parents do have a really big effect on you, because you want to please your parents.
Yeah, it is like knowing that your parents are in the stands is a very good feeling. But like my mom was a cheerleading coach here, and like she likes to cheer and yell. I was like, I told her, Mom, just shut up and watch the game. And then when you don't hear her, it's like, well, dang, is she not here? You looking in the stands worrying about her instead of worrying about something else. So it is a good thing that you know that your parents are in the game.
Yeah, same for me. I remember I was younger, like playing rec. I used to like look in the stands all the time. Make sure my mom was there and stuff like that. Like just for her support, I guess you could say.
I still do that. Me and my mom be talking with our eyes during games now. I be looking in the stands like.
Are there instances where the pressure to win becomes overwhelming for high school's athletes?
Yeah,
a lot.
Definitely for Wilson.
Especially
we kind of talked about that
in the games that like we know that we can't just like come out and play loose. Like if there's tension between everyone on the team, then like we all feeling the pressure, and it does get to be a lot.
Yeah, we haven't been playing well recently. So how we've been playing, and then the fact that we know winning is a big deal to our coaches, that's been hard, knowing, okay, we just lost those 2 sets. Like this is our last chance to try to get back into the game. We've been having a hard time with volleyball. I don't know about y'all.
Well, we just started fall league. So we've been winning lately, but we feel like if we lose, we know it's like we're not going to hear the end of it, and we're gonna. If we lose, practices are going to intense, and we don't want honestly, we don't want the practices still. They're already intense now. So, winning is like that's a lot of pressure on winning. especially with basketball.
Yeah.
Like, I know the season ain't started, but I already know like some games that
Yeah.
we played. Like if we become close to lose, we gonna feel it, bro.
Yeah.
It's hard for y'all because I know y'all do a lot. I watched it.
Do y'all think that there are any potential long-term consequences of an intense focus on winning during high school sports?
Wait.
I'm sorry.
Okay. So do y'all think that since like athletes focus really, really hard on winning, do y'all think that will affect them long term?
Yes, because now is when you come to the real world, it's like something doesn't go your way and you've been used to winning or like driving to win. It can affect you like later on long term. Like you're beating yourself up as an adult when honestly, like half of the people what you're doing aren't winning anyways. So like not winning in something like for example, your career choice. If you're not doing good in that, but it's like you're just beginning and like think like people are going to treat you like an intern or whatever, that can cause you in the long term too. You know,
I think
like
that sports kind of alter athletes' decisions on what to like celebrate. Like athletes will celebrate a win, but not like one specific good play. So then whenever it comes to stuff outside of sports, it's like you don't feel good about yourself until you do something very, very good instead of just one tiny thing.
Yeah, because I feel like we don't really pay attention to like the making improvement part if it's not specifically like you won, you know what I mean? So I think that's, I understand what you're saying, Cam.
I feel like same thing with Cam said. Like when you get older, you're not gonna win everything in life. So sometimes you just have to like brush stuff off and just keep going, I guess.
How can the pressure to win impact the mental health on high school athletes?
Oh my gosh, it's a lot.
Yeah,
it can. Yeah,
that's a heavy question.
Yeah, like mental health is a strong subject, and then when you add winning into that, it can be a huge toll on your mental health when you're not winning because it makes you think you're not. I guess you could say you're not good enough. Like with your mental health, like dang, I didn't win, so I'm not good enough. So that is something like winning is something that can impact your mental health a lot.
We can probably talk about that question all day.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know. I let stuff hit me deep. So after Myrtle Beach beat us Tuesday, I went home and I cried about it. And I don't really care about losing. Like I'm big on making improvement and showing that we're getting better. But that game specifically, I don't know why it hit so hard. Y'all saw me the next day, head down all day. Like I've been so hurt about that. But even the game, I think before that we lost, like it just it hits you. And I'm the kind of person that affects a lot of other things in my life too. My motivation for schoolwork, eating, stuff like that. I don't think I ate after that game.
I think that like after a big loss or like after, you know, a game doesn't go exactly how we want it to, even if it was close, like, but we're still disappointed with ourselves, it affects everything else for the rest of our day. Like after game days, if like I'm not hyped up still, I'm going straight to sleep. And then the next day, if I know we're going to have a rough practice, I'm not going to have any motivation to do anything because sports are my life. So if something goes wrong in sports, like I feel like I got nothing else left in me.
Yeah, same as me. I feel like losing or winning the game can affect your whole mood, like throughout the whole rest of the day. Like, I feel like when I lose, I don't want to talk to anybody. I just want to like put my headphones on, just like listen to music or something like that.
Yeah, I think a lot of students have a hard time with keeping themselves here.
Yeah.
What strategies can schools and coaches employ to support the overall well-being of student athletes?
Maybe I know some colleges I've heard like the team has their own counselor, like a sports counselor, things like that. So
Never heard of that.
I have in like schools like in Texas, like some of my cousins live in Texas, they have like a sports counselor or like, you know, like it's like a counselor just for sports. Like they understand like how sports are like impacting them mentally. Basically.
I saw it was I'm pretty sure it was the Oklahoma State. It was either Oklahoma or Florida State. Their softball coach. She said in an interview once that she took one of her players out like to get coffee or something, and they talked about everything except for sports, just like to get to know each other. I feel like that helps.
So like, I guess like a team bonding day or something like that.
I think for like the overall well-being, making sure your athletes have somebody to talk to, but then stuff like making sure they have recovery days. So physically, like they're good. Make sure they're being fed. Y'all know, like South Florida's football players literally get food every day of the week from somebody. So like it's keeping them, because you don't know what your athletes are eating during the day at home. a lot of the girls that tell me at practice, "Oh, I haven't eaten today." I'm like, "What you mean you ain't eaten today?" So yeah, like overall well-being, making sure that all those things are good, physically, mentally.
I think each player on the team should get like a mental health day. So it's like they probably could miss like one day of practice just to have time to themselves and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. Like some coaches don't realize how. I mean, they realize, but some don't realize how like mental health, like how sports could take mental health on your like mind and stuff like that. I guess
Those Friday practices, every day I walk into it, I'm just like, oh my God,
Yeah.
it's hard.
Saturday
I bet it
practices.
is.
yeah. Saturdays are the worst, not Fridays. Saturdays are worst.
What's that? And then we got a football game. So now everybody's thinking, oh, I'm going to the game after practice, and you're just waiting. Practice is dragging. You had 2 games this week and 2 practices. Like, you get to Friday and you're just like over it.
Yeah.
All right. How can high schools and coaches encourage sportsmanship and personal growth while maintaining a competitive edge? I don't know.
I think some coaches could stop being like. I think some coaches could be like less competitive. Like some are like overly competitive sometimes.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
think the drive to win has to be within the players. Like the coaches can say it a lot, but I mean we've heard it, and if it's not in the players, then it's not going to be there.
Mhm.
So like coaches can be supportive, and like I was saying with Coach Alyssa and Coach Davis balancing each other out, that's fine for me. But the players have to want it just as much, and then the coaches can be there.
The players do have to want it, but I feel like your coaches have to be there with you for that, like supporting from day one, or else players having it for each other, that's going to like drain y'all out. The coaches can't just be hard on you all the time, like,
Yeah.
because then eventually you just I feel like a lot of our girls just don't even want to play half the time no more. Where at the beginning of the season, we were excited.
Mhm.
What advice would you give student athletes, coaches, and parents to navigate the world of high school sports effectively?
Go support high school sports. I
Mhm.
think that is a big one.
Yeah.
You should, even if you're a student athlete, you're not in season, go support the other student athletes that are playing and working hard to showcase their talent.
Because you know how much that support matters.
I would say from athlete to athlete, or just like friend to athlete, parent to athlete, whatever. Ask about the games, ask about how it made you feel, or even just just make sure that you checking up on your people after a practice, a game, a scrimmage, anything. Be there for people and recognize their improvements and their achievements.
Because we've talked about this before. It's hard with volleyball because we go to all the basketball games or all the football games.
Mhm.
But then I know that softball probably feels the same way. Soccer, you don't really get a lot of support except for the big sports. So having other athletes
I
come and be
think-
like,
I think
Woo.
spring sports get the least amount of.
yeah,
Softball, it's just parents in the stands. That's
Yeah.
it.
To another student athlete, I feel like we should just slow down to kind of take it day by day. Like stop looking so far in the future and like just look what's in front of you. Like go slow it down a little bit.
oh,
like
that was
that.
good.
I like
All
that.
right.
I feel like parents and coaches are kind of hard on their kids sometimes. You got to understand that we're still growing. We're still learning. Mentally, we're still developing. So it's
Yeah.
like you put too much pressure, we kind of just break down. Not everybody, but some athletes.
Okay, so do you have any shout outs, Cam?
Shout out to my family who always come and make drives to come to the games. And shout out to the fans of Wilson High School because they are very supportive. What about you, Lauren?
I want to give a shout out to my Nana. She's coming to the game tonight. She'll be there.
Aw.
She's actually from Hartsville, so it won't be that hard for her. What you got, Talia?
Shout out to my parents. They've been supporting me a lot recently, even with how rough everything's been. So, I really appreciate them. What about you, Josh?
Shout out to the girls volleyball teams. Hope you get a dub tonight.
Appreciate you, Josh. Thank you for joining us this week on the Tiger Town podcast. Remember, you can find us on all podcast platforms. Until next time, I'm Talia.
I'm Lauren.
I'm Josh.
And I'm Cam, and we're out.